Hello YouTube, this is Mickey D back again with episode 112 of Stationeers. Pretty much right after the end of episode 111. As you can see, there was an update. New model for the flooring that shows the correct painted color, automatic recycler recipes. So I guess a lot of the stuff that was not recyclable is now recyclable and should give us back half. I'm wondering if they're saying by automatic it pulls off of the recipe list and just basically automatically adds everything, which would be cool for mod support because you would automatically get back half of everything. Oh, and I guess there was an issue with an incorrectly named property on floor gratings. But yeah, they've been busy like the last couple of days. They've done quite, yeah, windows and railings final stages are both deconstructed using angle grinder. Okay. Yeah, so this was using logic writer to change active vents. It was somewhere, yeah, down here. So, yeah, in the last 2 days, this is what they've done. So, they've been busy. So, very nice. Anyway, back into the world we go. So, yeah, we had to finish the airlock, which is just run a power line over to it. I'm still debating on what to do for that. I might grab power over from the well, what I'm thinking is we can do the airlock, and on with that, we can put the gas refill station because they're, kind of boom, boom, right, in a row. Hey, David, welcome back. And we've got a couple miscellaneous doors to wire up as well. So we can actually get those up and running. Oh, look, and Gopnik and Mass died again. They die a lot. Yeah, so we do have power here. So we could pull off of this, which is kind of coming off of all of this, which is coming off of, I think, the filtration room. Actually, let's go grab the data network because I'm not sure how much stuff is on there. I mean, we don't have, obviously the ACs are on their own. What? Oh, no, stop. Yes. You know what I need to do is I need to put an override circuit on that so we can not run the air conditioners if we don't run the air conditioners. Hey, look, dead bodies. Oh, that's kind of weird. I never noticed that they show up on the camera. Hey. Yeah, anyway. Oh. Note to self. Don't be running the purge system. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm going to write that on my list of things to do. So we have pressure equalization, which I forget what was for. Oh, yes, between rooms. Dial and amount system. Yes, that was for our storage system. Roof catwalk and the sleeper room, and we're going to add to that purge. Let's just do radiator, purge, AC, override, circuit. Yes, so that'll be on our upcoming things to do, is add a, so when this valve is activated, yes, which we can tie into basically anywhere on this massive wiring network underneath the floor, is we can pretty much pull, actually that might be on the same circuit anyway, but yeah, we can add a circuit in somewhere around here. I don't know where we actually have left for space under here. We might have to go over one of these walls. Actually, we can probably do it right here. I don't think there's anything in here since we used to have the storage tank there. Nope, that is empty. So yeah, we'll add we'll add a reader in so that if this is active, it shuts off we'll just do a batch writer to shut off all the ACs on this circuit, since this room is isolated. And then that way we don't have an issue of that won't necessarily work. That would probably fix it. Actually, it would, because everywhere else is wall units. We don't have any other standalone AC units. Yeah, so we'll do that at some point. And then that way we don't run into that issue as where we're purging it and then we restart and it kicks them back on again. Which we could actually just completely power these off. And I really wish they changed the dot to be a color other than white. And that's the one we can't turn off. Strangely enough, this circuit... Oh, and this one started up wrong. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, that random... I kind of wish they'd do that on... I wish you could set priority on, like, the writers on which one wrote first. I mean, technically, I guess you could use a reader to read if the first writer is outputting a 1 and have that activate the second one. And theoretically, you know, it shouldn't kick on until after the other one kicks on. Yeah, because randomly we have the start writer writes before the on writer, so then it doesn't work. And we have to straighten it out. And what am I coming back here for? Is there anything I... Oh, data. Data, yes. And then obviously other people have dropped their tablets off, so who knows if this is the right... Nope. This should be my tablet. Yes, there we go. All right, so... And ooh, that sun is bright. Oh, you know what? We can... well, actually, we'll do this first. I just realized we didn't make an APC. And we want to read what is on this circuit. Wall lights. Okay, so this is all the filtration room. Yeah, which is lots and lots of circuits. Pretty much. And the tanks. So, I might have... No, the wall lights are on that same circuit. Oh, that's right. We were pulling power from the wall. That's right. The wall lights were on the same one. It's just that each room is on its own circuit, so it's batch writing to that room. Yeah, so we could pull stuff off of that. For some reason, I was thinking they were like the AC and power. It's been so long since we wired up a room. Or the base, you know, the lights and stuff in the rooms. Yeah, 2.9. I kind of... Okay, so maybe we'll pull this from here, and we'll pull the airlock into there, which is kind of what we did up front. We have the airlock on with the other room, because the airlocks don't really draw anything. Yeah, maybe we'll do that, and then that way we're not... I don't want to get too much more stuff with the rooms. I like keeping them isolated. That way if we shut something off, we know, you know, where it's shutting off, and we're not going to overload it. So we shall go put this back, and we're going to make an APC real quick. And we can go grab one of the very mini large batteries that we have gotten from dead bodies. To pop in there. Can we build APCs in the electronics? Oh, actually, I don't think we have... Oh, we probably do. Can we build APCs in here? Or are they only in the electronics? It's kind of weird, because this is like the starter machine, so you get some stuff in here you wouldn't think you would normally get. And I have a feeling not. No. Okay. Yeah, it's been such a long time since we've made those. Power control. Oh, no. Circuit board. Oh, power controller. There we go. Really? I'm going to dump out all this for the solder. Oh, okay. That was kind of... Oh, I guess it was because it was still wet. I guess that kind of confused it. Or they've broken the auto lathe and we can't get our stuff out of it. Interesting. Well, that's going to kind of suck. I guess there's a bug report. All right. I guess we're going to skip the APC for now since, well, I don't, we just make one in here. Power controller. All right, just make one there. Yeah, I was going to say there's... Oh, yeah, look. They did change it. Interesting. I guess it's on a little palette. Or it's just showing me pink on the back side for some random reason because it's not colored pink. Interesting. Oh. I would say there's an issue with the naming on that. So they fixed it a little bit, but it's not quite right. And why? Really? Okay. That was not a power controller. I would say that fabricators seem to be a little buggy right now. Which is one less reason to use them. Because I don't really like this. Actually, it's this interface. Thank you. Okay. Now, actually, will you actually let me... Oh, there it goes. Okay. I guess it just got confused because it was still kind of crafting the glass sheet even though it wasn't. So, not completely bugged. There's a little bit of a bug there, though, I think. Since it obviously gave us one more glass sheet and not a power controller. Alright, and actually we don't need these glass sheets in our inventory. And we don't need the floor grating. Yeah, that is weird. I don't know why they made them like pink. Because the glass has blue banding. Everything else has white banding, except for glass. I don't know why. I'm sure there's a good reason for it. Probably not. Yeah, now we have to wait for that thing to drain all over again. And it probably, yes, because unless we open up this valve, it's not going to pump the pollution in. Alright, so we're going to stick the APC down here. And I think, yeah, actually we'll put it right on this wall because we'll come through this wall. And I guess we go that way. Yeah, and then we'll go up underneath the, not underneath, but we have to go through the block and up because you can't go through the doors. All right, so and how much wiring do we have on us? And if I was intelligent, I would go ahead and open this up. And we can go ahead and put the battery in there and get it out of our inventory. And I guess we can turn it on. It's not really going to drain anything. And maybe one of these days they'll actually make those dials do something again. All right. So I think what we want to do is, first of all, since we're over here, let's go ahead and pull these up, since we're going to have to run wiring here anyway, and we don't need that. We don't need that. And we don't need that. So we could go ahead and just put okay, railing there. We know we're going to need railing there. And we actually said, all right, since we're doing railing, oh, I guess we can pull that one up while we're at it. Let me get this cleaned up a little bit. There we go. I did kind of like having the little indent there, but it's kind of not really feasible now. And someday we'll clean up the stuff down there. All right, let's all sections can go there. Oh, large battery, empty. I don't know why we've got a large battery in there. That's a little interesting. Really? 187 degrees? Oh, I wonder if the generator ran. It may have, because the tank's completely empty, so it's going to really jump up the temperature, which thankfully venting it, where we do vent it out the space to cool it, so it goes pretty quick. And the AC is still dumping in there, which is at basically negative 60 degrees. So yeah, it will cool off quickly. Thankfully, the days of waiting for it to take forever to cool down are a thing of the past now. You know, I'm really tempted to just pull off oh, you know what? I think we actually will do that. We'll just pull off this wall circuit, or this light circuit, because I don't think that there's anything else on this circuit except for those lights. And then we were going to hook the doors up to it, that door up to it, because I believe we don't need the jetpack on. I'm trying to remember where it comes in from. Yeah, I think we teed off through the wall. I'm pretty sure. And I don't think we put it on. It might be there. Maybe not. That might be. Oh, that might be me going around that pipe. Well, no, because I would just go in there. I think that might be going through the wall. I don't think I put the light circuit on with this. I guess we'll find out. All right. Let us. And we can't go that way. Yeah, it'd be nice when we get some wall panels in here. All right, so yeah, we're going to pull off of this circuit since it's right here. And I think we're just run over. Yeah, we can just run down underneath the pipe and around. That'll work. And we'll just stand on this pipe while we do it. Let's first of all get that out of our inventory. And that. Okay. Yeah, and then somewhere down in here we're going to put a circuit. Oh, okay. Well, we'll do it from down here. just bypass that too. That's right. Oh. Those stairs are slippery. All right, so look at this. And I think we'll have to make up a couple of circuits real quick. I do believe we are out. And a junction. Okay. So we do need to put a junction there too. Very nice, just like that. And we'll go ahead and get this powered on and then figure out how we're going to lay out the circuit. I think we might be able to fit it. We need a reader. We need a reader from that and a writer. And we're going to need to compare. Reader, writer, compare. Yeah, we might end up having to stick it down here. Get enough space. I don't know. We might be able to do like a reader there, writer, compare. All right. So anyway, there's that. And you know what? We'll just pull the circuit right down. We'll change that to a 4-way. Oh, actually. Yeah, we don't want to tie into the heating and circuits. Okay, so let's go this way. That way. And let me guess. I bet our ports are on the other side, aren't they? Of course they are. I do like you can actually run this stuff underneath here. All right, let's pull up our door, flop it around. Yeah, what is up with the whole pressure? Atmospherics are being a little weird. How are you not powered? You're just... Did I miss a spot? Oh, you know what? I didn't actually put the 4-way in. Yes, I just said we could put a 4-way there. Yeah, that pink banding on there is really strange. I'm assuming that there's still... All right, there. What? Why are you saying you're not powered? You're getting power. Oh, I missed a corner. Okay, yeah, that's what happens when you run the. Oh, look at that! Very nice. Oh, ooh, okay. Anyway. I bet these won't be facing. And why does it default to grading 2? That's... Oh, that actually works pretty good for the stairs, too. Except for on that end. Anyway. All right. So, working doorway there. Airlock. So, we're punching through... we better punch through from the other side, because otherwise... knowing me, I will open up the wrong block. Yeah, what is going on with the, it's doing weird, funky things with the atmospherics. All right, so, oh, that's a heating circuit. We don't want to pull from there. We need to pull from up there. Which, I guess we can do that. That'll work. And I was going to say, we're one, yes. So what we will do is, let me see, what do we got? Power coming in here. which we could, yeah, we could just go straight up. And then this is our power coming out. And the question is does it count? It does. Oh, it counts there too. All right. Which I guess technically the door does travel there. Okay. And yeah. Then we just have to program the airlock and it's all set. Oh, did I already put the grating down over there? I just realized I didn't hook the data line up to the door. I don't think I did. I was thinking about it, and then I got distracted because I was like, why is it not powered? Because we do want data lines hooked up on those. All right. And corner. Oh, we want a corner. Not going that way. There we go. Still waiting for a hover. Because, you know, I have to do things like this. And very nice. Wow, we're going to run out of wiring, aren't we? I can't believe we used 50 already. Yes, somebody needs to come out with a mod that counts how much resources are in here. I would like to know how many pieces of wiring are inside the base. Yeah, I didn't do that. Oh. We need to go down this way. And we don't need the jetpack on, because then things like that happen. And yes, coal. Piles of coal, just randomly. Though it was nice that we found actually quite a bit of oxides, and I think we actually found some ice too, so that was nice. I think ice I still got to get a whole bunch of. We can get those, get that nitrogen up. And we did have quite a bit of it, so I should, probably off camera, I'll see what I can pressurize the base to with the nitrogen, or see what ratio I can set the nitrogen to. And maybe we can bump it up a bit, because we're at 100% O2 right now. Still, because we don't have enough nitrogen. Or we did not. Okay, good. Charging. Very nice. And go ahead and flip that on. Yes, I know. You're not configured yet. And now we've got power in there. Yeah, we should be good to go. Oh, and we can put the gratings back down. And yeah, we'll do it that way. Oh, that way it'll all match. Oh, that's right. I threw them over here. I was like, where did they go? All right. So we get that sealed up. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm going to do is, while we have this, and while I have a torch burning in my pocket, we're going to go ahead and pull this up. And we're going to go ahead and pull a line off of this. Since we've already gone ahead and ran it all the way down here. Oh, actually, you know what? No, I don't want to do that. Because if we do that, it's going to be pulling everything through the APC, which I do not want. All right, yeah, we won't do that. I was going to say, because we need power down here, which is going to come off of that circuit as well. I guess maybe what we'll do is just branch off and come down on this side since it's not blocked. But yeah, I don't want to run through there because then we're pulling through the APC. You know what I actually could just do? We are actually here. This will work. This will work just like this. We can just... Hey, Kelvin. Well, this is episode 2 today, and we're at about 30 minutes right now. So, but you didn't really miss a lot. I basically went through and sealed up the base in the last episode. And, welded up all the open blocks and whatnot. And then we're just going through and wiring up the systems. So hopefully the next episode we should start hooking in the ore sorting and refining system. I should say the automated version of it. Okay, there we go. And there's our power line. So that way this can come down, charge, run the airlock, and then we're not draining it, because we don't really need to run through that for the base. And then this line there, and then it can branch off and power the room, or at least the start of our circuit. I think we're going to have to put the furnaces on the separate one. And did my torch actually run out? Oh no, I guess it just shut off. Yeah, we'll get some CO2. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm thinking about on the base systems. So our environmental controls, everything's pretty much automated. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I was thinking about that because I was saying, I could see pressurizing the base and forgetting that since we upped it, it's basically, the base would basically go from 67 to 100, but we would end up with 85%, 80%, whatnot, CO2, which we definitely don't want. So what I'm thinking of, autosave. So what I'm thinking about is we'll pull off of the gas sensor and we can read the ratio of carbon dioxide. So if the carbon dioxide ratio is really high, then what it will do is it'll override it and run the depressurization. And then once that is the ratio comes down, then it'll let the base pressurize. That way we can just flip the switch, it'll depressurize, and then start pressurizing automatically. And we don't have to worry about it. And also, that would also mean that if all of a sudden the base got a leak, and we'd probably have lost oxygen by then anyway, but it would basically set it into depressurization mode because the base would be flooded with CO2. At least that way it wouldn't be pumping out what was left in the system. So that would kind of help. And you know what? I'm going to write that. I'm going to add that to my list of things to do. So CO2 override. Yeah, so we should be able to do that with just a gas sensor, a reader, a select. Yeah, I know, lovely, a select, right? Okay, yes, that is exterior. That is interior, thank you. Active vent, yes. I don't know, well, we can control a wall light. I don't really know why. I mean... I don't know really why you would control the airlock. I guess it's just in case the vent's on. Well, that'll be interesting. We'll see. Oh, I actually turned that off. Okay, wall light. Well, it'd be interesting to see what it does with the light. I don't think I've actually ever had. And you don't really need to control that either, but okay, sure. Why not? So yes, you're depressurizing. Oh, so it did turn on the light. So basically, as soon as we started running the airlock, it turned on the light. Which I think we'll just do the same as like we have on the other ones. We'll just have the light on. Now all it's doing is just pumping out into there, though. So that doesn't really make a difference. Cancel depressurize. Yeah, now that's the only drawback about having this, because now it's obviously gonna run on a circuit or a cycle. Oh, yeah, and it turned the light off. Okay. Yeah, I don't like that. So we'll take the light off of there. And you don't really need to have the APC on there either. All right. Yes. So airlock's hooked up. Very nice. All right. So we have, and then we've got the power line now ready, which is right underneath here. Right. Yeah. Right there. To run out to the start of the system. And like I said, I think the furnaces we're going to run either a heavy line or on a separate circuit. Oh. I really hope I'm not getting a cold. Especially since it's actually going to be like 70 degrees on Wednesday, so that'll be nice. And what do we have? Oxygen. Oh, yes. So we want to hook this up. So we need a reader, a writer, and a compare, I think is all we need for that. And that'll be good. Oh, actually, yes. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Kelvin. There's the devs have been really busy. A lot of bug fixes, mostly with the stuff that they just added. New floor grates, which we did kind of go over that at the beginning of the last episode. I keep forgetting there's airlogs there. I'm going to keep doing that. I'll probably end up pulling those off once I seal these up for now, while the base is depressurized. So we are going to need a memory. And we'll go ahead and put the wire there, because we don't need, actually, what do we have? Yeah, we'll do that. And, oh, that would be a reader. Oh, we did have a console. Look at that. Yeah, we've got stuff scattered everywhere. We got to kind of, at some point, I will go through and organize. This doesn't even go in here. Chutes can actually go over there. We're going to need more chutes, too. And yeah, there's an iron window. And they just did another update between episodes. And they added... pretty much everything is in the recycler now. It sounds like they kind of automated it. From the sounds of it, it says automatic recycling. I think it reads any of the recipes and then automatically basically gives you half back. So I think it automatically adds, from the way they phrased it, it sounds like it pretty much scans through the recipe list in the game and then automatically gives you back half of that recipe if you put that item in the recycler. So great for mod support, because they did give us the ability to customize recipes quite a while ago. And that should be reader writer. So we are going to need another actually, let me go check the other. I don't think we have any. Pretty sure we checked in the last episode. That is, I kind of like having them scared. I'm trying to keep them geared towards certain items. But as you can see, people have been like, well, right here, people have like been donating their tracker circuits and tool belts and duct tape and whatnot. So I gotta actually go through and run a whole bunch of stuff through the recycler, because I don't need all of that. I think I have about a lifetime supply of duct tape right now. Not that it's not appreciated, but I did, yes. Which there's 4 variants, and it seems like for some reason whenever you try to place it now, it always tries to. It's, at least for me, it's starting on variant 2. Which is kind of annoying. But basically one looks like, and obviously we're looking at the bottom, but one of them's kind of like the ridged, oh my god, don't walk on that in barefoot sort of. And then you have the standard. Yeah, and for some reason it keeps defaulting to that. Then you get one that basically looks like kind of like a vent. and then you get one that looks like a smaller vent that's not symmetrical and going to drive me nuts, and I will probably never use it unless... Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, there's plenty of... Well, what you can actually do is in the sleeper room, they should give like lockers that have, you know, like give me a locker that, they should have like tiers of lockers or something. Not that a locker is like a really complicated device, but, give me a locker that is like 1 or 2 rows. And I would like one that's like just like four, like 4 spots. Give me like a little cupboard I can stick on the wall. Um, you know, if I need something oddball here or there. Oh, yes. Okay, before I got distracted. Yeah, I see no other circuits in there. And yeah, like this is supposed to be the organics, which is, I mean, it's got some cereal bars in it, but it's also turned into the extra battery storage. And this is kind of like well, this one was like tools and sheets and frames, and then this was wiring and electronics. But yeah, everything's a mess right now. And then that's just pipes, wiring, and basically frames. Whatever I'm making large amounts of at the time, depending on what we're making. Battery kit, beacon, console. So we needed, one more of those. So reader, writer. And then we need a compare. And we've got the memory. I think that should be it. Not the memory, processor. Thank you. All right, so we can get those hooked up. Organized chaos, yes. What? Yeah, that doesn't seem to be working. Oh, there it is. Oh, is it a double click? And I want to close. Stop it. Yeah, oh, there it is. Okay. So you can click, like, I'm on it there and it's giving me the contents, but you actually have to, half of it. Okay, so if you're on this side, it tells you what the contents are. If you're on that side, yeah, because I came up to it earlier and I was like, oh, it's supposed to be doing it. And I'm like, it's not doing it. Yeah, other side. Yes. So that is kind of nice. Obviously, I think they need to do a little bit of work on it, since obviously there's some transparency issues going on there, saying you should hide my cancel and confirm when I'm, but definitely an improvement. Now, hopefully they'll do that. I mean, hopefully they'll do that with the fabricator, because that computer, that interface on there is horrible. I mean, yeah, just give me this, and then give me like plus 10, plus 5, plus 5, plus 1, plus 5, plus 10, whatever. That would be awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's they should actually make that 2 different screens. Or, click on the button once to pull up the list and then hit OK. You could easily just do it right there. I don't know how many people are going to, I'm assuming most people are going to want to do that and not use those. But anyway, all right, so we should have our circuits. And almost. Note to self: we cannot end the stream until that is empty. Well, technically I could. I would just have to kind of sit here and wait for it to finish. But we might as well just keep doing the stream until it's done. It's not going to have that much longer. All right. I don't. Where do I want to put it? I guess. And this light's going to be really annoying too. I can see that right now. I guess I'm just going to stick it down here. And maybe what we'll do... Yeah, I don't want to do that because I want to be able to read the buttons. Okay, and then not a batch writer, just a regular writer. Thank you. And we need a memory, just one. Oh, no space, but we can actually stick that up there. That's fine. That'll be good because there's our setting for there. And then we just need our compare. And I'm hoping oh. Yeah, we'll have to check on that and see then. Yeah, we'd have to make this not a select, compare. Thank you. Oh, you know, that's a really bad spot for that. And make me run a whole bunch of wiring around it. All right, let's pull up that one. And then we can put that there. And well, actually, we can go right. That'll work. Just like that. All right. Let's get some. Oh, there we go. It might return an NA because when the main like the small tank, the large tank, when those are empty or have absolutely nothing in them, then they don't return a 0. They return NA. So it might be all right. We'll have to check and see. But we'll hook it up and see what it does, and if we need to add a select switches, I guess is how we'd have to do it. Yeah, the reader can. Yeah, we need to do a reader and then a select. I don't want to do that like that. Actually, I could do that. Well, yeah, you're right. We would need both. And actually, I guess we can just continue this. Do a junction. Just like that. Just like that. So we need to pull from there, pull from there, pull from there, pull from there, and there. And then we do got to actually still hook up the I'm going to hook up the I don't think I've hooked up to the I always forget the name on those. Canister storage. Gas tank storage. That's such a horrible name. Alright, yeah, we want to go that way. I haven't seen Dark Dragon in a little while. He's either lurking, which is very unlike him. I will say it does make the chat a lot quieter. Oh, that's funny. I was on a straight, and I'm like, I'm thinking it's a junction. I'm trying to turn it. Yeah, I'll have to see what's up. We probably don't want that to fill that fast. Let's leave it at 50 and see what happens from there. All right. Well, that should be okay. Yep. And what we could do is if actually, instead of doing it off of here, if we're gonna have to add like another reader and a select, then what we would do is just put a pipe analyzer there, and we can pull off of that because it will just, these are gonna equalize anyway. I was just trying to, not have, save on materials by not having the analyzer if we can read right off of the fill tank. Or not tank fill, not the tank fill, the gas storage. Gas tank storage. That is still a horrible name. I mean, yes, that's what it does, but that's like calling a car the thing that moves me. And we can turn jetpack off. Okay, so we are going to want to set this in a value of, and let's try to do something not insane. Say like 4,000, because I want to see how quick that shuts off. I don't want to put something in there and then have it memory writer back pressure regulator. Well, like glass door. You're gonna read like 5 million things, aren't you? We can't pull the power. Oh, all right. Well, there shouldn't be that much stuff. We just started hooking it up. You're going to read all the wall lights, though. Transformers. Gas tank storage. Okay, very nice. Pressure. Temperature. Oxygen ratio. Oxygen carbon dioxide ratio. Ratio water. Quantity. What would be the quantity? Oh, I guess that's by moles. Yes, we're going to do pressure. Very nice. At first I was like, what are you talking about? Okay, so we want to say if the logic reader is less than the logic memory. And we were going to say this is going to be the logic compare. And we are outputting to the volume pump. And we're going to say on. Now, okay, it has not turned on. Actually, that might not be the right. Oh, okay. For one, it's not powered on. I was gonna say also, I do believe there is more than one volume. Okay, yep, that's not gonna work because, yeah, it's reading that it's basically 0. It's not reading that it's what does it tell me? Yeah, 0. Yeah. So it doesn't give us an NA, it gives us a 0. So, all right, so we'll do a pipe analyzer on it. We can read the pipe analyzer instead. And we might, I think we actually have a pipe analyzer. You downgraded, but upgraded. Very nice. Oh. I could, but then I'm also going to have to do, I'm going to have to make the logic circuit bigger, which is going to be, well, for one, a couple more chips. I mean, either way, if I check for occupant or, I mean, it is doable. It is an option, but then that's more of a power drain on the base for having 2 chips idle there all the time. Opposed to, and I really, give me a variant of this. There you go. Thank you. So we can just do that. And then just read off of that instead. Because that's going to equalize. Oh, well, I guess I didn't realize we actually had 4 of them in there. That's good, because we'll need one right next to it. Okay, so pipe analyzer on. So yeah, we have 2089. I don't know what it's equalizing with. Oh, it's probably just temperature. And yes, obviously you cannot read that now because it's not hooked up. And screwdriver. Thank you. So we are going to read from the pipe analyzer. Okay, why are you giving me a... Logic memory. Oh, yeah, yeah, pressure. Okay, now, is that actually reading? Okay, so that is the right one, because there is another one over there. Oh, no, it's a different circuit. I keep thinking we pulled off of that, but we didn't. We end up pulling off of this light. All right, so if we do on, and we should be over because we had it set to, oh no, we had it set to 4,000. So on, compare, and okay, there we go. Oh, that was it went a little over, so that's not too bad. So we could either turn it down slightly. So 4.7. Oh, it's still over a little bit. So we're going to have to set this to like, I don't know, 6. I mean, we could. I bet if we have this turned down pretty low, it's probably still quite a bit faster than... Oh, well, that's not bad. That went just a little bit over. So we can probably set this to... We'll set it to like 9.5. That's not bad. 9.570. So that will work. And that is obviously way faster than using the back pressure regulators. All right, so we should, and let's see, what are we actually at on this one? So 2583, which has been at least an hour that's been sitting there. Oh, almost. And let's hopefully we don't cause an explosion. 6. So this should pretty much equalize. Yeah, in the atmospheric break. Yeah. That would be funny. So we will keep an eye on this. Let this fill up real quick. Now this will be nice. I mean, if this, I mean, it seems like it's going to work. And obviously it's a lit, well, no, we still already have the circuits. So basically all we need to do is change it from the back pressure rig. No, wait a minute. What are we doing over there? We're running the, oh, we have circuits for the gas mixers. So 9550. So we stopped slightly above. Very nice. So yeah, that works obviously much faster. We will call this the upgraded version of what we have in there, which took what, like not even half a minute to fill up a tank from 0. Yeah, chain reaction exploded. Yep, I could see that happening. Um, I don't know if we have a pipe there. I don't think we do. Oh, actually, we need one there. Which, are we actually going to even be able to read the display on that one? We might not actually be able to. I might want to raise those up one more. Well, honestly, we probably don't really have to mess with it. I mean, once we get it set up. Yeah, because I don't think we're actually going to be able to go. We might. Well, no. By the time we put the flooring on, it's going to cover it. So we're not going to see. So we could move the tanks up one more and then, be able to see it, because we could always shut off the pressure analyzer, and the circuit won't be able to read. So basically it outputs if it can't read it. Oh, okay. Never mind. I have a feeling that might be bad. Oh, that was close. That was real close. What? Sorters are broken? I would not be surprised. I think I did read something about there was an issue with the sorters. I can't remember. Okay. And now we can go ahead and test this, but we should be fine. Which we don't have the, we'll have to put a console up there like we did on the other one. Which I think, didn't we realize we had a console right there? Yes. And I don't know why I'm cold because... Oh, that's going to be annoying. I guess we could move it to the side. Well, we have to move it way... Well, I guess we don't have to move it way to the side. Well, unless we go into the wall and then come back out and underneath. Yeah, because I'm definitely not going to do that, because then we're going to hit on the thing. Oh, and we got an autosave. Yeah, I know. I know. I just don't get why it's making us cold. Oh. Wow, it took land damage there pretty quick. I mean, it's not like the CO2 I'm exhaling is, freezing cold. Oh, I guess the damage wasn't bad enough that I didn't stay hurt. Okay. All right, so note to self. Do not turn off the pipe analyzers because then... Well, that's weird. Oh, okay. I guess it just makes it default to a 0. All right. Yeah, very nice. So, and we're going to go ahead and swap out that last tank. Then we're probably... Well, how much? Oh! 1 kPa exactly. So we can top that one off. There. We'll actually have... And then we'll just leave this one over there. So we'll have 2 tanks over there and an extra tank over here. And that way, now we don't have to run all the way back and forth inside. Now this is going to be the same setup except for O2. And then this is actually already set up and we don't have to mess with it. So we basically need to replicate this circuit again. I'll probably just stick it on this wall since it pretty much all fit on one block. And I could I could read. I can use the same memory setting. I can read off the same memory, so that'll work fine. And what am I? Thank you. Very nice. And I don't think. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that so we don't have it kind of scattered everywhere. Composite cladding. Yes, the memory, which we don't actually need. The battery we can actually take and charge. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think the furnace ran earlier because that was up to like 183 degrees. All right, and I don't believe that reads below. I could be wrong, but I don't think that reads below 1 kPa. I think it just drops to 0. I don't think it does decimal points. And that's really weird because we didn't really get any pressure back. Which, I mean, obviously we added a ton of pipe. But, you know, we should have a lot more pollution than that. I mean, we should have quite a bit more pollution than that. What's happened to all of our pollution? I mean, we should have like a couple NPA at least in there. And that is very strange. Yeah, I haven't got to that yet. No, I'm just wondering actually where is all of our pollution? %. Yeah, that should be up around. I mean, we had a couple of MPA at least of pollution in there. And it's purging it out of the radiator, so there's nowhere else for it to be. And obviously it's not in the greenhouse because for when that runs a filter 24/7. Huh. I mean, obviously we've got like a little bit in here and a little bit in the other one, but all of the other radiators are hooked into. I mean, this is hooked into, which none of them are running, but those are all hooked. That's hooked into the radiator system. So no, because I've already swapped out my oxygen tank, so it would have cleared it out. And then this one. So, I mean, those are already pre-charged anyway. Those are separate. But all the other ones run to, I mean, unless I have a line that's, I cut somewhere, but that doesn't make sense either. And you know, I'm going to need to make nuclear batteries again, I think. Oops. There we go. No, I just realized that though is we're really low on pollution for some reason. Gas display. I do want a gas display card, and I do want some that as well. Yeah. So where is all the pollution at? Well, this is it. This is everything. I mean, this is drained out of the radiator. The radiator system's pretty much drained out. I mean, it's just obviously there's a little bit of trace amounts in there, but it's not up to a kPa. And we were at 704 before I started running the purge system. But our radiator, I'm thinking sometime when the atmospherics crashed, it seems to have lost all the pollution. Well, I'm purging. Yeah, I'm purging it into back into to run it back through the filtration system. Which, and do I need to open that valve? Why did I put that valve in there again? Oh, well, okay. For one, the filter's not on. Why is the filter? Why are all the filters off? That filter at least should be. The filter should be running. Huh. And there's something funky with that circuit. But still, there's only 20 kPa in there. It's only 3.2 moles. And oh, and this is our recirculation. Yes, so that's our recirculation if the tank gets contaminated, which obviously I need to actually hook up displays on that. But we know that obviously it's not contaminated because it's at 713. But all O2, all nitrogen. All H2, all H2O, and all CO2. And if we had contamination in the greenhouse, which I don't see how would be possible, then it would be contaminated in there as well because the greenhouse dumps back into, well, no, it filters and goes through the waste system. Now, the only thing is to check is this, which is 100% oxygen. Yeah, so I don't know where all the pollution disappeared to. And yet you turned off. Oh, because it's set to 20 kPa. If it's 20 kPa or less, it shuts off the filtration so that the filters don't run constantly. But yeah, that's really weird. I would say that bugged out. So yeah, I might edit that then and put that back because that was how much. And the generator's been running, so we should have generated a bit of pollution too. And I can't think of anywhere else. I mean, no, because we've checked the tanks. So if the tanks aren't polluted, there isn't any cross-contamination anywhere. And this is, it doesn't actually have anything in it. So, yeah. So that's really, really strange. Yes. All right. And, oh, yeah, we'll put this in. And then obviously we're going to be moving the battery charger. Maybe we'll move the battery charger over to this side. Maybe we'll have like battery charger there and the tanks there. Because otherwise I'm going to have to drop that down. Or you know what I could do? We could change this a little bit and we could do nitrogen tank, oxygen tank, battery charger, and then we could do the waste tank and have this, because it's kind of like this will be the fill, the batteries, and then the waste. Yeah, I know. I'm going to move it. Oh. Yeah, you're talking about can't wire that one up. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was talking about moving that over to there. But I kind of like the idea of moving this kind of over here and then moving this over here with the console. And this we could actually drop down lower because obviously we just need to be able to put a tank in it. Though I do actually like them kind of, not in the floor. All right, let's see what this is at. Yeah, that's... I don't know where it's going. I mean, well, actually, part of it's because the temperature's so low. Well, but the temperature has been low. Ah, okay. Looks like that's finally empty. Or almost. There's a few moles in there. Actually, I'm gonna put the glass out here because we are gonna have to do solar panels again soon. Because we are gonna need more. And I guess we can leave the memory chip because we don't need it. All right. I guess while we will wait for that to run, we'll hook up the the oxygen tank. And probably about the time we'll probably be done about the time that's done. Hopefully, doesn't got that too much further. The volume pumps do seem to run slower the less gases there are in it, or the less pressure there is, which would be kind of true to real life. We don't need memory, and then we should just need a reader, writer, and then they compare. Yes. And I don't dare move that tank right now, where the one that's in the way of the battery charger, because atmospherics will probably crash. And if I do a restart, it's going to kick in all... Well, yeah, we'll have to add that override in. Yeah, it's not very much, but it's always the end of it. It takes a while. All right, so we've got that. And, oh, we didn't make a volume pump, did we? Stay away from the light. Good morning, death metal. Volume pump. So we'll get that done. And volume pump. Yes, we should just need one. I love how everything seems to be building to 101% for some reason. You know, I know it's not going to be done yet. I don't know why I keep checking it. Okay, so yes, just like that. And I guess we'll do the same thing. Down. We should actually label these, because that's really going to probably screw with stuff later on. And I can just see we're going to be adding, obviously, circuits. Which, actually, what circuit is this on? This is on this light. Actually, I might not worry about it, because we shouldn't actually have too much. And what did we have that at? 10? Yeah, we'll decrease that down to 10 as well. Because this should be a different circuit. So, and this is where most of our circuits are going to be, is like in here. And as far as I remember, this hallway is either on with the battery room or is the separate one. I'll have to see. Yeah, I can't remember. And I was looking for where the line comes through, but I think there is a junction punching through the wall at some point, somewhere. Oh, right there. Which is a bit farther down than I thought it was. So, is it on this one? Oh, so it must be that. Comes up, goes down. So that is its own circuit then. I guess one way to test would be shut it off, which does not affect this room, and that does look nice and dark. Okay, very nice. So yeah, we don't have to worry about any other circuits on there. And if we do, we're only going to have, you know, maybe doors controlling the lights, which I don't know if I'm going to do that on that one or not. And I don't need to go down there. I need to go around this way. I really need to put tiles down on the floor down there too. All right. So, I did the corner thing again. Yeah, and actually we'll just do that as a junction. And then we'll just pull off around the corner here, I think. And hopefully, I do believe we should be able to get everything to fit in here. So, we could do it on the ceiling. Actually, I kind of like that idea. No, I don't, because... Oh, actually, that is a flat ceiling, so we won't have the edge there. Yeah, we'll actually just stick it right on the ceiling. So, reader... Not a batch writer. A writer... No, that compare is not going to work out again, is it? Those compares with their four-way connections. Oh, actually, yeah, we can do that right like that. And compare. All right. Oh, this is messing me up to have it be up here. I'm sure I probably could have laid that out a little bit better. Okay, come on. And very nice. Oops. Very nice. All right, and probably what we'll do, not that way, that way, that way, not that way. Four-way corner, maybe we'll actually use one. Ooh, look at that. Amazing. As many times as I place those, I actually need one now. Ah. And a junction. Oh, come on. Oh, why don't you... Really? Ah, thank you. All right, so, and we're going to cut that for... Oh. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Actually, we won't do that. We'll do that. Oh, yeah. Oh, the time having it on a timer is a good idea. Yeah, because the thing I didn't like about the motion sensor is, I guess it's a really small range. So, if you had it motion sensor, you know, on the inside of the door, so when you walked in, that might work. If there was a timer to have a delay. So, and circuit. So we're going to say logic reader is going to read the pipe analyzer, of course. Pipe analyzer, and you're going to read pressure, which should be 0. Yes. And you are going to compare. Let's actually not turn it on yet. The logic reader is less than. Oh. Oops. Down here. All right. There we go. I knew the wiring went too easy. Logic reader. Oh, we just logic memory. It's less than logic memory. Okay, and that should be yes. And then is logic ampere is outputting to the volume pump and on. And there we go. So now let's change that back to a 4-way. And there we go. Both of them are hooked up and ready to go. Very nice. And I think all we have is the door down there and the door over there. The airlock's hooked up. Airlock's hooked up. That door's hooked up. So we have one door down below, and then the one door over there. And and we might actually. I think we have the door at the end of the hallway too. But that should be it. So 3 doors. I might have to check that out. Is he still doing Stationeers? No, he seemed to not have any episodes for a little while. Not that I haven't watched a ton of his. I've watched kind of a couple here and there. Okay. And then what's that one at? Yeah, see, those are taking forever. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay. So that should. Oh, why are we getting volatiles in the oxygen? Okay, that's weird. Empty tank. We should not be getting volatiles in our oxygen. Yep, we're definitely getting volatiles in our oxygen. So that seems like a cross line somewhere. Now, this is our mixer, which is obviously not powered on, output, anything. I just ran both of the lines to it. H2. What? H2. H2. That's an input. That's an input. Is there a line cross somewhere? O2? Well, there's 100% O2. O2. Okay, this is an H2 line. Okay, so that equalized with the O2 that was in the tank. Nitrogen, O2. All right, where's that O2 line? That's the pressurization line. There's the H2 line running over here. Something's crossed somewhere. Or I ran the wrong line over here. Oh. And that will crash atmospherics. Great. Alright. Well, before we do anything else, hopefully this should actually be emptied now. Almost. Alright, well, we can go ahead and open it up. Well, actually, let us do this. Since we've now contaminated the tanks, you can drain. Alright, let's see if we can figure out. It should be somewhere right around here. Oh, what is that? Okay, nope, that was a different line coming over. Yeah, that should be an O2 line. I do believe. Yeah, that should be the O2 going over there. That's supposed to be the O2 going up into there. That's the H2 line, which is coming off of the H2 tank. I have a feeling it's backflowing through the gas mixer, unless I accidentally connected the pipe somehow when I was putting the gas mixer down. Now, I'm actually not going to open it up because obviously I don't want to crash the atmospherics. Yeah, this is the H2 line because that comes right off the H2 line tank. I mean, we ran that at the end of the last episode. This should be an O2 line, but I don't get where we're getting H2 from, especially since it's coming right off of the O2 tank. But I believe our O2 tank is not showing any contamination. So that's kind of strange. I mean, we were just over here. We checked it. It's 100% O2. It was Dark Dragon. I bet it was. And we got an autosave. Okay. O2 tank. All right. So I guess we're opening that line up. See what is going on there. I have a feeling it's something to do with that gas mixer, maybe. I don't see why it would have backfed, but I don't see anything else that would be causing that, at least from right here. And we don't... So that's our O2 line right there. That's our O2 line. Yeah, there's no H2 coming down this side. Oh, I don't really want to open that up, but that's all right. That is true. It should, because it was reading 100% O2, wasn't it? Yeah, this is stranger and stranger. I mean, unless, which I just realized too, is we didn't need to pull back as far as we did either. Unless I had... Okay, where is it? O2. Mm-hmm. Which one is the one we want? All right, that one, right there. So it's the bottom pipe on this side. Yes, it looks like it is. So bottom pipe, and then it snakes over. So right here. And yes, they're not crossed or anything anywhere. And then not stuck on top of a battery, please. And then snakes. Oh, and it comes down farther. And then it ties in right there, which I thought, well, it should have been the O2 line. Oh, maybe that's not the O2 line. Maybe that's the hydrogen line running to the furnace. I might have actually just connected to the wrong end on this end. I could have swore this was the one painted white on the one end. H2, 100%. That's the waste pipe. And, wait. When, if that's the waste pipe, what is that? At 148, that looks like a waste pipe. What have we got going on here? This is definitely the waste pipe. This, oh, that's our AC line. Okay. Yes, because we're at 148 PA. And why is it? Yeah, because it's still draining out the last of the stuff. Obviously, the temperature's fluctuating, so it's making it do funky things. But all right, so that's fine because yeah, our AC line is gonna have stuff in it. So it looks like I basically just hooked this up to the wrong one, which is kind of funny. So I basically just, but there should be. One of these had. There it is. That's the O2 line. Oh, so I hooked into that one instead of this one. That's the problem. Oh. Do you think I can get away with this without crashing the atmospherics? Granted, the more pipes that I do, the more likely I am. Though it does seem like it's when placing. I don't think I've had them. Off the top of my head, it does seem like it's when I'm placing pipes, not when I'm removing pipes. But what we could always do is I could just go shut off the circuit to the... I mean, actually, it's so low, I could just go shut off the thing. Okay, has not crashed yet. Now, of course, this is going to contaminate the O2, but we'll just run the purge cycle on it since... we did just swap out our tank not too long ago, so we are set there. Wait. Oh my God. Atmospherics didn't crash. That's weird. Yes. So yeah, because that should be the oxygen line coming off of that. Yeah. Well, actually, that's kind of weird. Yeah. And what I was saying is before is our oxygen tank is right here. So we could have pulled off of this line, or this line right here instead. Though actually, it would have been a little bit difficult because there's wiring running along it. Though I guess I could have stinked the wiring a little bit different maybe. But it's already back here anyway. So that's fine. And straightened out. And we did not crash the atmospherics. So very nice there. And we will have to run the purge on the O2. All right. So let us get the old welder out. And I do believe most of that's going to be the iron back there. So we'll go ahead and swap over to that. Oh. Okay. Actually, just pop that. There we go. And try not... Oh, that is steel. Okay. Oh, this must be far enough back that it's part of the... Okay. Yeah. Because the expansion is steel, and the original part is... Wow. I can't really say expansion. The expansion to the filtration room, the old expansion room. Yeah, where that wall is the floor on basically this side is iron, and the floor on that side is steel. Okay, so we can... Oh, no, not that one. I want to weld on the inside. Thank you. And then that should be steel. All right. And one last one. And let's see if we can get that. And we'll go start the purge on the O2 system. Good thing we put a purge system in for cases just like that. And let's, yeah, weld on this side so we're not going to run the risk of hitting the wiring. Oh, there's always little bugs in the systems. See, that's why I keep saying I should really color code the pipes at some point. But we have so many pipes. And of course the atmospherics would be, you know, crashing. And even if you did it by the stack, that would still be quite a few cans of spray paint. Though it is just iron, so it's not really that bad, I guess. There. And now our heater room's heated or sealed back up so that can heat back up. All right. And yep. Oh, so we have... Oh, because we opened up top. Yes. Let's see. Why did I have iron sheets left over? Or, I guess, steel sheets. get out of here. And we can seal these. And 1, 2. All right, now back to where we were. Which, honestly, we should be able to seal all that up now, because that's hooked up. And that's automated, but that's just contaminated. So let us come in here. Not quite. Getting there. So, kick on the valve. You know what I just realized? We need to make those digital valves, which I think we had talked about. But, yeah, we're going to need to do... Oh, no, wait a minute. That was weird. Oh, you know what? I bet it's not up to temperature. Because if the purge valve... Technically, it's not really a purge valve. It's making it recirculate. But it's after this volume pump. So it's recirculating in here. And these filters are set to run by the pressure in this tank. So it'll work. I mean, if I kick it on manually, but the sensor might turn it off. I died on you? What, did it cut out? The stream or my mic? I'm gonna drop frames. It must be on YouTube's end, I'm guessing. Though it's, let me see what... Huh. Yeah, YouTube's showing me it's a green. Oh, no, it did drop out. Yeah, because it says stream resumed. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It might be some network congestion or something going on. Or something. Yeah. Well, we'll see if it, well, we'll be wrapping it up here in a minute anyway. Okay, so how is this not contaminated? This is still showing 100%, so we can shut that off. Cat, get down. Sorry, my cat's sitting right in front of my monitor. 100%. Yep. All right. So H2, obviously, now we've got some H2 in here, but why did that not backfeed into the system? That should have backfed to the O2 tank. I mean, obviously, granted, it's a very small percentage. I mean, it's 95 and 5, but that should have backfed all the way to the tank. Because it's not like, we're not pumping it out. Yet the tank is still reading at 100%. And it's reading at 8.65. And not the 4 that the pipes are reading at. I'm wondering if we don't want to pull off of that oxygen line. I'm wondering if that's the oxygen line that's feeding into... Well, no, it shouldn't matter. Yeah, see, we're only at 5.7 over here. So there's something There's something. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering. I'm wondering if that's the... Well, no, because the gas mixer's after that. Because this is set to 2, I do believe. 100% oxygen. Which is... We know it's not that. Oh, God, I hope it's not that. I hope I didn't pull off of that line. That would be dumb. I might have to move that. I'm wondering if that's the line that runs into the... Well, it should be. That should be the line that runs into the smeltery. So we can read it on that end. But that should just run right back to the oxygen tank and across. So there's H2 100%. And of course, it won't let me read that little section of pipe before the wall. It's all right. It's open anyway. Yep, that's it. So it's the line running into... What I don't get is why is it being limited to 5.7? There shouldn't be a volume pump on that anywhere. That should just be pulling right off of the oxygen tank. Though again, that is one of the very first systems that we ever added in. Like, literally, you know. It is one of the very, very first. All right, let's go grab a... But I wonder if I have a back pressure regulator on there. Wow. If I did, it's been on there forever. I may have put a back pressure regulator on there to keep it from draining all the O2 out when we were first starting off. Quick, somebody go look at episode 6 and tell me. Okay, well that got up to temperature. So that'll drop back down and then we'll be good. Yeah, that heats up so fast when there's such a little amount in there. If you know, we open it up, it makes it kind of... It heats up so fast that it ends up overheating it. And then it ends up basically bouncing back and forth a little bit between the depressurizing it. What am I looking for? Oh, to see if we put a back pressure regulator or something on that line. But I was just joking because we're just going to open it up. Okay. Well, there's the other side of the wall. And that's the line right there. Well, no, actually, the line's down below, but... Huh. Can I not pull the wall off from the backside? Or am I just... Oh, wait a minute. Hey, let's use the right one. Okay. So that should be the line running from our O2 tank. Yeah. O2 tank. So that's weird, though. I wonder... Now, we're actually pulling in lower than where this is. But I'm pretty sure... Yep, they're showing our contamination. They're showing contamination. They're showing... But it's... I wonder if at... Oh. You know what? Well, no, because we welded afterwards. I was going to say, because we have had in the past where atmospherics has crashed. No, atmospherics is not crashed. Okay, because a couple of times we did have atmospherics crash, and it didn't tell us, and we didn't know until like we tried to go actually weld something. Oops. Okay. So we should have, yeah, still 100% O2. Why are you not backfeeding? That's just acting weird. Because this, I mean, tank's at 102. There's something weird there because I bet this line, like the atmosphere, I think the atmospheric's partially crashed because obviously this is showing it's contaminated. That tank is not showing that it's contaminated, and they're not equalized in pressure. And are they even the same temperature? Negative 25.4, negative 24. Yeah, they're not even the same temperature. So I would say yes, it is obviously tied in now to the correct one, but it's probably crashed, at least on this line or that pipe network. And it might be that bug that we have not had in a while, but where like the tank like kind of disconnects from the pipe network. I have a feeling that's probably what it is because it is right at the tank. So for now, we're just going to leave all this open. And what I'll do is when I try to get back through here, tomorrow probably before I stream again, I'll see what it does when I load up the world. I have a feeling that it's going to contaminate it, and then it will. Which, you know what I could do is I could actually just break the line right there, and then it wouldn't contaminate because then let it run through the filtration system. Nah, I'm not going to worry about it. It'll eventually equalize out. That's why we have the system there. I just have to open the valve up. All right, and yeah, what I'll do is I'll check it, but I have a feeling that one pipe is the atmospherics has crashed on it. I'm surprised it didn't because I was like, oh my god, we're gonna get this done and atmospherics aren't gonna crash, and that like never happened. Usually about the fourth pipe you remove, it's like I said, I'm not sure. It seems like it's when you add, or at least it's what it seems like lately. Is it's when I add a section is when it crashes. All right, well, we're going to leave all this right here. Let's see if this is still running. Which supposedly, yes, it is. It's just taking forever. Now, granted, if I pressurize it, it's probably going to be like 1% of each. But I'm wondering if that tank is doing the same thing. Is that tank disconnected and not actually reading? I don't know. We'll have to see because it's obviously gone somewhere. I mean, we've dumped a whole. There was one MPA in that line worth, before we expanded it. So it should go back into there. But yeah, we had. I'll have to look back through. Maybe see when we did the expansion to see. Well, actually, we'd have more than that though because we've run the generator and smelted a lot since then. But obviously, there's something funky going on there, too. And that is, yes. So we'll stick these over here, because otherwise we're going to contaminate them. Actually, we will leave it here, because we need to get out any contamination from that valve. which is basically that one section of pipe. So we could pull the analyzer off, pull the pipe out, replace it, and then they would get rid of it. But maybe, I don't know. I'll figure that out. But for now, since I know they're contaminated, I'm just going to do that. Or those aren't, but since the line is, obviously, we don't want to. Yeah, we're going to have to. So I will actually have to. Yeah, we've got H2 in there too, don't we? So that one, unfortunately, since it's after the valve, we should add a system in for that. So we should do the same thing is I should continue this line off and tie up here and add a valve in, because right now we have no way to purge this O2 line that's feeding the outputs for the base. Now granted, my thought is that we'll just have it output air and then have it fill up the base and then just depressurize the base, because then it runs it through the filtration system and then that would get rid of it. But the drawback is if we actually have more oxygen than we can pressurize the base with, we're never going to get the line empty to pull all the contamination out. So now granted, you know what we could do? I could change the mix ratio, and that's just telling it to make it 100% nitrogen. And then that would, because we would definitely drain out the nitrogen. We don't have enough nitrogen to do that. But I think what I do want to do is I do want to put a valve in there. And then that way, if we run into this issue, we don't have to dump it into the base and then depressurize it and hope that we're going to completely drain the tank. Or, because we've got to get this line empty. And then it would let it basically pull everything back in and run through the filtration cycle where we're looping it. So it'll just keep running until it gets all the contamination out. All right. Well, I'm going to, we're at 2 hours. So I'm going to call it good for this episode. This is still not completely empty, which is annoying. But, and I'm trying to think, I could turn, yeah, because if the ACs kick on. So probably what I'll do is actually just let the base, I'll go ahead and just save it. And then I can, well, then I'll probably end up dying if I let it run too much longer. Yeah, I definitely got to add an override for that. Yeah, so we've got, let me add that in there too. We'll add that onto the list. Is we need the, which is really, that's just an easy valve. And it's pretty much just a valve and a couple sections of pipe. So we'll say base air purge valve. There we go. And what we can do is we can set it to a digital valve, maybe set it to a switch, and then that way we can use, we could tie it to a circuit, and because it's hooked up to, well, there is actually a circuit there, so we can add it into that circuit with a selector switch. Because right now it's trying to pre-pressurize that line to 2 MPa. So what we can do is we could, which it's that way, if it's a mix, it'll be pre-mixed basically to pressurize the base. at least to get it started. Um, yeah, and we can do a digital valve, and then that way, if we hit the switch, saying that we need to purge the system, then it will shut off that gas mixer, so it's not trying to pump stuff into the line that we're trying to purge. Otherwise, as soon as it starts purging it, then, and I don't know, we might want to relook at how we're doing the purge systems too, because right now it's just making it recirculate, but which does work. I mean, we had to do it with the CO2 tank, and I think we did do it with one other tank too, but might want to just make it so it dumps it into the and now that we have the capacity where we put the large tank out there, it might be worth it just to run it, have it dump it into the waste system, and then not have it cause it to, well, it kind of is already doing that, but run it fully back through the waste system instead of, because right now it just, what are we doing? We open this up and it basically dumps it into this end of the waste system, but it's not actually pumping out of the tank. So it might be worth it maybe to see about hooking up, which I don't know if we have space to do it. We can't really move all those. We might have to loop down underneath or something. We might be able to stick one in right here. Well, then that would screw up the system, though. Yeah, we might have to, well, we'll have to see. Because what we could do, I mean, even if it's down here, it would be better if it was here, though, because it would be, well, no, because we need to tie into the waste system. Yeah. Maybe what we could do is just run a pipe up on them and have it up there for each one. Yeah, we might have to look into that. It would be it'd be a little bit of an undertaking, but not too bad, I think. And then maybe we'll do especially with these boxed in, then maybe we can just have the pipe run up the corner. Yeah, that might be an option. And it'll probably work a little bit, well, it'll work way more efficiently than this does, because this just lets it recirculate, and eventually it's back down to 100%, or back up to 100% with zero contamination. Doesn't actually take that long, though, either, since obviously, it's grabbing, the way the filters work. But it would obviously be faster just to dump it out. And we just have to watch and make sure we don't do too many at a time, that we shouldn't really be able to overload, though, because we have the large tank. So I don't think, which we still need to put a safety override on that to make sure that doesn't hold, too much and dump it at once. Basically an override that it'll ignore the temperature and just open the valve if it gets up to like 59 MPa, which I don't think we'd really have an issue with right now. But you never know. Down the line, we might. Yeah, and then that could run. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Probably going up would be best, just because these are all running everywhere. We got circuits everywhere, so and it's a little bit. The floor is kind of a space premium now. I mean, especially of keeping it consistent between every tank. All right. Well, we will call this good for this episode, and I'm trying to figure out. I think the ACs. I know I just said we were going to call it good for this episode, but I'm trying to think. I think the ACs are not. I think I pulled that. I did. I pulled that off the main line. So here's a reason why not to pull stuff off of the main line. If we put it on a large transformer, then we could have shut off the transformer and shut off all the ACs, because we could have overridden it. And it's actually this line down here. Yeah, it's one of these right here. Actually, no, it's not, because that's the input side. It's, and I'm stuck. It is, I believe, one of, it's coming off, and it's probably underneath this, knowing the way that this is going. Yeah, it's right around here somewhere. But remember, we drop down through the floor and then go back up. Oh, right here. So this is the line running to the ACs. So, and unfortunately, I think it runs to a couple other things now. Number one being, I believe, the heaters for the waste recycling tank, or the precondition. We got to really think of a name for that. It's gonna stick. You know, the preconditioning tank, I guess. Yeah, that should shut off all the ACs, which is probably gonna make us charge all our batteries up now, since those are the. But I think it's actually going to turn off the heaters as well. Yeah. So now all these. Oh, that's strange. Why is that one on? They're all on the same circuit. Okay, I guess that's not the line they're on. So I don't know what I just shut power off to then. Well, okay. We never added a transformer in for that, so. And I wonder. Yeah, so see, this is actually set to on. So it does come out to here. No, it shouldn't be set to on because that's at 32 degrees. Oh, it's just being controlled by the circuit. Yeah, so that is actually off. But what other heavy line did we need? Oh, wait. Because we did do some rewiring down there. That might be the line that runs. Well, that would be running the opposite way, though. Because there is a line that runs down back over to here. No, that comes off of there. Okay, so that's all of our heaters. This should be the line running to the. Oh, wait. Oh, I think it's that one. I don't remember what that one is. I'll have to track that one down. I'll grab the data analyzer. See if we can remember what that one is. It's on the output side. And I can't. Does anybody remember what that one was? It's been a while. It's definitely been a while. Oh, look, we got some, well, there's that missing iron sheet that we were looking for. Okay. So, well, one of these is the heater circuit, which might be that one, I believe, which might bend over and go back that way. And no, that's actually not the heater circuit. You know what I should do? I think I gotta go grab the the e-reader. That will tell us. Wow, we're definitely charged up now. It's the joy of having that, not having those. We have plenty of power if we don't have the heaters or the ACs running. And let's make sure this is, yes, okay. I was going to say, because somebody decided to leave an empty blue one right next to my blue one, which is, can cause for some confusion. because I do have them color-coded. All right, so, okay, that's our input line. That doesn't help us too much. That is the line running to the transformers, or the big transformer over there. Okay, this is our 1, 2, 3, 4 big transformer, small transformer, small transformer. 2 big and 1 small. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are we running to 5? I'm assuming these are the, oh, this is the heating circuits. Well, there's more down there. Okay. Now I'm really confused where the ACs are tying into. They should definitely be... That's the heating circuit. Yeah, which is, so that is the same line snaking over. Oh no, that's the, what did we run the transformers on in the filtration room? That was to separate out the filters. I do believe. Yeah, I believe we separated out the, so the other filters would not be controlled by the, in the filtration room. The ones that are filtering out the base atmosphere would not be controlled by the pressure analyzer or the small tank. Yeah, which is, yeah, I can't remember if that's the pressure, if there's a pressure analyzer, or if it's the small tank it's reading off of. One or the other. I think it's a pressure analyzer. Okay, so the question is where are my ACs tying into? They should be, it should be right down here. I don't know, because I know we did a little bit of tweaking on the wiring on that. And it's not this one, because this is running to the heater, and that's running to the heater. One of those is power, one of those is data. Yeah, because there's the other one. That's the data. Yeah, that's the one we're seeing the batch writer on. Huh. All right. Well, I'll obviously have to track it down at some point. And, oh, yeah, I kind of need to do it now, I guess. My thought was I'm just going to cut that line, and then we don't have to worry about the, we don't have to worry about the ACs kicking on and refilling or trying to fill the ACs again. And it should be like right here. I guess we can do it the other way, which would be go upstairs and open the line up. And if I remember correctly, it should run to this AC first, because it kind of came from right over there. But that's kind of interesting that, yeah, I think it actually came from right there. Yep, and then it jumps over to here. And then, because then I had to keep the data and the power separate. Yeah, it should be a light line on the, and then a heavy line for the power. So really, if I cut this, that should theoretically cut off all the... Oh my god, no. I swear, I just can't find it. This is what happens when you do stuff so long ago that you can't remember. ACs, yep, okay. So this is the correct line. It's just looped around somewhere, is what it looks like. Stationary batteries, transformers, ACs. So it might not come in on the... oh, you know what? Oh, yeah. I think it comes up and it tees off. Ah. Somewhere. Yeah, that's where it crosses over. The question is, where does it originate from? That's just me running around there. The question is one of these is probably... There's a corner which is going into the... There. I don't get that. Huh. I would think... I mean, I know we dug a channel to get the power over there. I mean, I guess I could always open it up. I wasn't really planning on tearing into the base to take care of this, but I also don't want to have to wait for the whole... I mean, yeah, that should be it. Holy, what a rat's nest of piping and wiring. Yeah, I mean, that should definitely be the line. Really? You're kind of stuck there? Yeah, that's definitely the line coming from the battery room. And that's going over to there. Okay. So where is it tying in at? Don't tell me the... Wasn't that the... That was the line I cut in the... Oh, no, wait a minute. No, that was the line I cut because there's no other line. That was the first one that was the very first line I cut. So why is it not shutting off the power? Oh, wait. Well, no, that's the transformer. Yeah, that's input. Yeah, that's input. That's isolating the filters. Yeah, for the outside air. Same thing over here. Well, actually, that one that one is a little bit different, but yeah, basically the same thing. Same thing in here. What they do show power though. So where? It's going to be tied in somewhere else. There's going to be a line that's I can't think of any. Yeah, I'm going to have to track that down and figure out what's going on there. There's a that line is obviously tied into the power grid elsewhere, which it should not be. Those should be separate circuits, just to prevent things like this from happening. So at some point, probably I pulled from two different grids and ended up connecting them, or I ended up pulling from another grid. I can't think of what else would have heavy wire over there, though. Huh. All right. Well, it's too late to mess with this now anyway. Huh. Thankfully, they did not bump that up. But, yeah, I don't know. I gotta figure out where that is now coming from. Huh. Because there's no heavy cable over there. There should be no heavy. We're not pulling anything down from like the ceiling or anything. Everything comes from over the battery room. I can't think of anything else in here that would be running off a heavy cable. Oh, there shouldn't be anything that's running off a heavy cable except for the ACs. Because the only thing we had heavy cable run to before was the ACs. And the only thing we added in was that transformer over there, which I believe pulls off of this same line. Right through there. And that just loops around to that AC. That's all the same circuit. Yeah, because, yeah, it just crosses over to that side for that side. Runs up through here to these ACs. And then jumps up to this AC. And then obviously I'm not walking through there anytime soon. And then runs over to, yes, that tank. Oh, wait. Did we end up running a line down from the ceiling for that? I bet that's what it is. Did I cross those when we hooked those heaters up? Heavy cable looks like going that way, which would tie into three-way junction tying this way, which is back feeding into our AC grid. And this is coming right off of the solar panels to feed which was coming down this way, tying into there. Yeah, so we don't want this to be crossed over. I don't know why we came so far back either. This is straight. Yeah, well, I know why we came so far back. It's because it's going back to our batteries are down. This is our line coming into the battery room down below. All right, so that solves the mystery. So it was the original line that I tried cutting is the one, and I want to see if this is where exactly this. It's not really helping me any. Okay. Oh, you know why? Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, we might have to do a little bit of rewiring here. So if I remember correctly, we're pulling this off. Well, I know this is going down to the batteries down below where we added in. That's our incoming power line. So that needs to not be tied. And then this is going up, and this is our outgoing power line, or heavy line, to tie into, and my jetpack just went dead, of course, that ties into the large transformer for all the batteries to heat the pre-conditioning tank. And then I think we tied it back into the grid. So that we could... No, actually, I think we ran a separate data to apply power to both sides. We can use both battery banks to power the whole base, because I didn't want to just draw from one side or the other. So we need to change this and run this. Oh, how are we going to do that? Yeah, because we wanted to come right off the solar panels, because we don't want to daisy chain the battery rooms together, because then we're going to do the whole... Yeah, because we don't want to do the whole charge one battery bank, use one battery bank to charge another battery bank. We want them both basically to be charging off of the sun. I mean, granted, as far as I know right now, there's no loss from charging the batteries, but it's something I could see them definitely adding in again. Yeah, so... but I guess for now, what we'll do... Now, we could... So what we could do is put a transformer there. Except... Are we pulling off of... Except I can't walk through any of these. Ugh. So the question is... Are we pulling from that corner? Which I think we are. So really... Oh, no, we're not. We got right here. So that's coming down to there, coming back over to there. So we can break that whole line. So we don't need that, that. There's outputting to this side, which this could just be, doesn't need to be a three-way. We can just change that to a corner. All right. And then the same thing on that. We can change that three-way junction to a corner. All right. That should fix it. I have to go through and clean up all this mess, obviously, before the next stream. And we'll have to relink the two battery banks, the outputs together. So now if we come over here, yeah, there's no power. Very nice. Okay. And then the filtrations do still run, obviously, because they're not on the heavy line, they're on the regular room line or grid, I guess you want to call it. So yeah, what we'll need to do then is, and what I really should do, which that was kind of accomplishing it, but because I knew that the ACs were on the main line, which is why I tied it in like over there. Or I knew they were on the output, so that way it would tie in the outputs. The problem is that obviously if we need to shut it off, so maybe what we'll do is add either a we'd have to add a large transformer, but we could put a transformer on that side and let it there we go, and use that to shut it off for the ACs if we don't need them. But I think I'd rather bypass, not run it through the AC line. I mean, really, probably the best way to do it would be just run another line back to the battery and directly, connect instead of running it back through the AC, basically. Which, I mean, granted, is the main line, but it's running back through that, and I should just run another line. And yeah, I don't know. I'll have to see. I mean, there's pros and cons to doing it both ways, but that does get it separated. And now we don't have to. The ACs won't kick in when I restart, so we'll be good there. And I just gotta clean up this mess, which I will do for the most part off camera. I'll throw down some of the grids real quick, but since that is relatively quick, cover up the tons and tons of circuits we have underneath this. Well, not really tons and tons, but quite a few. I think the majority of the circuits in the base are in here, actually. There we go. And obviously we gotta weld those up. That's good. Yeah. And then I'll have to see what is going on with the atmospherics when I load back up and see if it is that tank, which it's what I suspect. I haven't actually seen that bug in quite a while, but I have a feeling it's that old bug tank where it just kind of randomly disconnects them from the network. And then it doesn't want to kind of update the same. Now, granted, usually replacing the pipe in front of it usually fixes it, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm missing a couple pieces of flooring, and they might be in scattered around in my inventory. Maybe not. They might have fallen down below too. Oh, I guess that's iron. All right. Well, we'll call this good for now. We're at about almost 3 hours. So definitely time to end the stream and for me to get in bed. But yeah, I'll finish cleaning this up and then we'll figure out what we want to do with that line, because we do need those two battery rooms, the outputs connected together. So yeah, we either have the option of just running a line from the output on one to the output on the other, which would probably be honestly the best way to do it. It's just going to be a bit of wiring, or we do something with transformers to isolate it so that we can shut it off if it's crossing over this AC grid in the cases of where we actually need to shut off these ACs because we're waiting for the purge to finish, which is very rare, but yeah, we'll see. I think what I want to do is I want to run a direct line, and then that way, because occasionally we do want something that draws a ton of power, but I do want to keep it isolated so that if we need to shut it down, we can't, like with the ACs. So I guess the lesson was that we could actually do this now too. So the ACs are underneath the new battery room. So we could just put a large transformer in and just tie them into the large transformer. And then we'll obviously still need to run a line through. But really, the ACs should be on a separate line and not tied in with the main output because we have no control to shut the power off. Obviously, we had to go cut a wire and then find out where we'd cross-link the other system to. So and we'll probably do that. It'll be that should be the correct way to wire it up. But obviously, until we had two systems, it wasn't really an issue, or two battery banks, I guess I should say. It wasn't really an issue. Now it is, so we'll fix it and do a little bit of improvement at the same time, I guess. All right, well, we're going to call it good for this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll clean this mess up off camera before we do the next stream, and then we'll pick up, and obviously we'll have to do a little bit of rewiring for the ACs. And we'll have to let the systems purge for the O2, which we've obviously contaminated because of stupid crossed pipe. But anyway, at least we caught it before we started suffocating on and contaminating our mask and whatnot. Yeah, we just got all this clean mess to clean up, which is not actually that bad. At least it's centralized to this area. So not as bad as getting everything all sealed up. And then these are obviously working great, so we need to change that out. I'm definitely going to change the other ones to that system. It is so much faster than using the pressure regulators. And yeah, and then still 3 doors. We get those 3 doors, and then we can jump on to finally the purpose of that building, which is the ore refining and processing and sorting and storage and whatever ore related thing we can think of. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is Mickey D, and I will see you in the next episode.